Bengal, our home, is a place which was once known by the quote, "But Bengal thinks today, India will think tomorrow." A quote by Gopal Krishna Gokhale, it now sounds like a curse. Once the seat of Indian politics, eminent people, rich heritage and culture, somehow Bengal has fallen into land ruined by bloody politics. Today, at Wondrous Sessions, along with my friends, we will discuss about the future of Bengal, which, to be honest, sounds bleak.
Alright, so unfortunately, none of my friends actually came to the session, but that's not a problem. Let's have a solo session this time. Um, so firstly, let's talk about the negatives. Like generally, people will start with the positive and then the negatives, but let's talk about the negatives first. Uh, a concerning stat to start with a population of around 9 crores and a cumulative debt of 5.86 lakh crores. The debt per capita in West Bengal stands at a conservative estimate of more than 60,000. So that is bad. Like most people are not actually paying much attention to this, but the economic state of West Bengal is pretty bad. Like it is one of the worst economies in India right now in terms of this debt situation. And along with West Bengal, there is Punjab and Kerala. Um, so around March of this year, I had gone to Ranchi for a look at the university that I would be going in very soon. That is on July, like I would be going to Ranchi on July 10th, and the university will start from July 12th, like all the various events and everything, and then it will start from that week, I guess. So yeah, so the first time that I went to Ranchi, when we crossed the border, we went with our car. So when we crossed the border, we stopped somewhere after the border to have tea. And when we were having tea, some of the workers in the shops were discussing and were talking about like where we came from. And so they were saying that when they take the trucks, like they were showing the trucks, which were the large trailers, they were saying that when they take those trucks to West Bengal, firstly they have to like maneuver around those barricades that has been put up, apparently to slow down and maybe to like pass, to help the people pass the road. That is, but the thing is, it just ends up making the thing such a something of a very like it's difficult to maneuver around as such. So yeah, that's the thing. Um, so like also they were talking about the police and um like they would be asking for money from them like for that to have for going through those um like in that barricade they would be stopping the cars and asking for money. So that is something that happens with like every commercial vehicle in West Bengal. So it's not something difficult. The thing is that even for a car like ours, it is a wide car. For context, the Tata Safari is actually wider than the Fortuner, and it is difficult to maneuver around even such a car. So yeah, like it can be understood that for a trailer, it would be even more difficult. And by the time that we are speaking, Ayushman has come, but he has actually disappeared now. Anyway, so yeah, but by the time that we had actually uh, planned about this, like Ritamkar actually planned about um, this topic, and he said that he would be in this meeting, but right now he's not here. I don't know why. He literally said about some 10 minutes, 20 minutes back that he would be coming, but I don't know. Maybe some technical issues or something. But yeah, by the time, like, when we were planning this, there was a different story as such. Right now, there are some more as such, some more developments happening, or promises of development, that is. Um, the thing is, right now, under construction or under like approved um, things, there is the Kolkata Varanasi Expressway, which is pretty much the like largest um, infrastructure or mega project as such that is being undertaken in Kolkata right now. And the state of that is concerning for West Bengal. The statistics of let me show the page. So as you can see, this is the Kolkata Varanasi Expressway, and yeah, so it has 22 kilometers of Uttar Pradesh, 159 kilometers of Bihar, 187 of Jharkhand, and 242 of West Bengal. So the major chunk is in West Bengal. And if you see the packages, Uttar Pradesh land acquisition is underway, Bihar land acquisition is underway for most parts, for every part that is right now. Um, and also for Jharkhand, land acquisition is underway. All the contractors has been given, like all the bidding process has been completed. And this part, the remaining stretch till Kolkata is under package division, land acquisition, and TPR preparation. So the Kolkata part is kind of still lagging behind compared to the other parts. And one major culprit in that is the policy of land acquisition in West Bengal, which states that West Bengal, the government of West Bengal, will not help the central government or any other private um, body to help acquire land. And if um, any of the locals protest against the land acquisition, then the government would help the protesters in all way that they can to help stop the land being accused. I mean, land being acquired. Sorry. So that is the thing. Um, it is good as such, but it like the negative part of that is that even in this public transport or public projects, it is being hampered. So private definitely makes sense, but public, I don't think that that should be the case. Like at least for public projects, it should be that the state government should make some efforts in put some efforts in making these faster, because after all these are needed things, right? So yeah, that's the thing. um there are there is the Tajpur seaport, which is also one of the major projects of West Bengal for quite a long time. And while there had not been much of a development since the announcement that it would be done by Adani Group, um, but sometime back there has been a plan of the proposed the deep sea port has been given. So this is the plan of the deep sea port. I will give the link to this in the description. So yeah, that is also happening, which is a great thing. Um, Apart from that, there has been this new announcement that has been done that there will be a trilateral highway that would be made, and it is said that 70% of the work has already been done. So the Kolkata Bangkok highway would be going from Kolkata to Siliguri and I guess Kohima into Myanmar, and from Myanmar to Bangkok in Thailand. So yeah, that's a thing that is being made. Um, and apart from that, there are some other developments which are being done. As such, this is something that was announced today, I guess. There's one that there would be a two-wheeler EV manufacturing that would happen in the state. So this is also a good thing as such, a good development that at least finally something is happening in the secondary sector of West Bengal, which has been kind of lagging behind a lot. So yeah, this is something great in terms of development. And of course, Vande Bharat and Vande Metro would be coming up as well. That's not a question as such. So what can be said from this is that the future is not completely like completely blank as such. So there is some silver lining to the future of Bengal, and there is like it is an oasis in the middle of a desert. But the real question is that why is development not happening in West Bengal as the pace that it should be? That is the main question that we need to answer. Um, and yeah, of course, in the development, something that I forgot to mention is the Bengal Silicon Valley project, which is already under construction for quite a long time, and the metro. Um, I would like to share a clip of the video that I made about that in the recent infra in India, the debate discussion that we had some time back. So I would give the clip that I made about Kolkata Metro. Um, in that video, I would use that clip in this one as well. So yeah, the question: why is development slow in West Bengal compared to other regions? Um, and like especially considering the fact that Kolkata was the capital of British India at one point of time for quite a long part of time, and so as such, Kolkata is one of the major cities. It is still one of the major cities, and as such, its significance should have been higher, should have been, and its development and infrastructure should have been in the same pace, in the same league as Mumbai. But it kind of isn't. So we have to answer that question as well. So let's move on to that. And before that, there would be the clip of Kolkata Metro, as I mentioned. So yeah, after that, we would be talking about why development is slow in West Bengal.
এটা তো একটা জিনিস নিয়ে বলতে ভুলে গেছিলাম ভিডিওটাতে, সেটা হচ্ছে মেট্রো কনস্ট্রাকশন। তো আমরা তো কলকাতায় থাকি। কলকাতার যে ইস্ট ওয়েস্ট মেট্রো করিডোর, ইট ইজ দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড স্লোয়েস্ট মেট্রো প্রজেক্ট বিকজ ইট ইজ 100 ইয়ার্স ইন মেকিং। ব্রিটিশরা এটা প্ল্যানিং করেছিল প্রথমে, লাইক হুগলির নিচ দিয়ে একটা মেট্রো। তো দ্যাট ওয়াজ ইন 1920s। আর এখন যেটা মানে এখন সেটা কনস্ট্রাকশন চলছে, ফেজে তো হচ্ছে। তাছাড়া আমাদের এখান থেকে যেটা নিউ গড়িয়া থেকে এয়ারপোর্ট মেট্রো, সেটার যে নিউ গড়িয়া থেকে রুবি পার্ট, সেটা তো মানে অনেক কিছু মাস ধরে বলছে যে এটা স্টার্ট হবে, কিন্তু এখনো হয়নি। আর সেটা মানে উইকিপিডিয়াতে এটা লেখা রয়েছে যে এটা স্টার্ট হওয়ার কথা হচ্ছে মানে এই ফেজটা যেটা হচ্ছে নিউ গড়িয়া থেকে রুবি, সেইটা 2018 স্টার্ট হওয়ার কথা ছিল। আর এখন 2023, এখনো স্টার্ট হয়নি। সেটা শেয়ার করছি আমি। তো হ্যাঁ, এটা হচ্ছে ইস্ট ওয়েস্ট মেট্রো করিডোর, ওয়ার্ল্ড স্লোয়েস্ট মেট্রো প্রজেক্ট। এটা 2021 ইয়ে।
I do this part. New Korea to Ruby Hospital was expected to start from 2018. So before moving to just Bengal, let's focus on India in general and a general outlook of something that is happening. So, firstly, West Bengal is a state which has a lot of welfare schemes, and welfare schemes, social welfare schemes, and freebies are something that is very common these days. Like it has been obviously quite a part of India's politics for a long time, more so now. The thing is, I'm not going into the good and bad of this, but as an infrastructure fan, um, the thing is when it, when a government is focusing a lot on these welfare schemes, when like obviously some or quite a number of welfare schemes are needed. But the thing is that when the government is spending a lot of money on these welfare schemes, what happens is that um, the money, the funds for infrastructure projects become lesser. And also another thing that happens is that when people are happy with getting these welfare schemes, they often would not demand more from that from the government that at least they're getting a welfare scheme. So they would not demand the infrastructure that they rightly should. So that is something that happens as well. And like the government knows that if they are giving freebies and welfare schemes, that people would be happy, and so they need not go all the distance and make these infrastructural um, developments as such. So, like this is something that recently happened in Delhi. Like they went to the court, the Supreme Court, and they said that they do not have funds for the rapid rail system, that is the RRTS system. They do not have money for that, which is sad considering that RRTS project is happening quite fast and is definitely a quite need for pretty much every city in India to connect with its sister city or nearby cities and towns. So, and that is quite the story with other regions and mostly Bengal as well, since we are focusing this video is on Bengal. So, yeah. And the thing is, there are some like, some things that the government just does not need to spend money on some like very elaborate projects itself. There are some other beautification projects as something that the government is doing, but there are some other ecological, like eco-sensitive, eco-sustainable projects that can be done as well. There are some plans of making vertical gardens along the metro pillars, which is something great, but there hasn't been much progress from that talk. Also, there has been some reports and some news that some of the tram lines that were laid some years back, are now being patched up with concrete. So, like, it's the end of tram in those regions. So, tram is something that lots of countries around the world right now is looking at going back to trams for um for a very eco sustainable method. Like it is an EV after all, and is environmental friendly, carries a lot of people. So when a city already has a tram network, why just remove it? Why not just enhance it? There were plans previously of making some development, some redevelopments of the Kolkata tram. There are some tram enthusiasts who are looking at keeping and reviving the Kolkata's tram's heritage, but situation is bleak. I think that at least I think they would be keeping a heritage thing, but I think they should also look to modernize it. This is a tweet that was done some days back, I guess 2 days back. Oh, yeah, 3 days back. Um, and this is kind of quite appropriate for Bengali as a community. And quite a lot has to be done with the politics and the general um the situation that, like, Bengal, the politics, the history, the partition. There has been quite a bloody time from that onwards. Like the time that he mentioned in this tweet, it is the let's see, yeah, the 1800s, the late 1800s. So after that, like at that point of time, Bengalis were living in harmony, the Hindus, the Muslims, and then the divide and rule policy came and it ultimately won, and obviously with a lot of help from the then Indian parties as well, namely the Muslim League, that is. But like it just aggravated in 1946, the Calcutta killings, which started from the Direct Action Day on August 16th. Um, that was the bloody chapter, and from then onwards, like there has been so many things like partition. What happened is, at that point, Bengal's textile industry is still something that is quite famous. But the thing is, the jute production, like mostly the most of the jute production happened in now Bangladesh, and most of the jute factories are in what is now West Bengal. What happened is during partition, since it got separated, the production, it did not find its um, like its factories to get the better output, and these factories did not get the raw materials that they required. So both of them just had a tragic end. So those are the things that just led to a downfall of these things. And yeah, but as I was mentioning, there are some things which are being done which can be used quite thoughtfully in making Kolkata and West Bengal into something that is a very artistic city. And like things like, suppose the potholes, like, well, Kolkata is pretty bad for its pothole situation, maybe second only to Bangalore, maybe. So the situation is pretty bad, and as such, those are things that are immediate requirements. So the road needs to be bettered for sure, and there is something that is being done in parts of Maharashtra, and this is a European concept. This is called tactical urbanism, which has been done in some several European cities and is now being done in Maharashtra, some of the cities of Maharashtra. Basically, it's a bit of beautification of making the urban areas, the these regions, like basically these zebra crossing and all these crossings into something more artistic. This is an approach to make cities more livable region, and yeah, so this is being done around Maharashtra, and something that has been said would be done in Salt Lake is uh, a square, a city square, basically car free, a vehicle free, a pedestrian only square. Something that has been done recently in Srinagar. So that would be done here as well. Something that I feel is that in the regions which has a high number of European buildings, those regions, the historic centers of the city, the historic regions, those can be a great candidate for such a thing, because that would give a proper European vibe, and those are European looking buildings, so that can be done. And so firstly for that, the roads need to be better, the pavements and everything, those needs a revamp. um so yeah, just start out with these things and then get to the better part, get to the more of a, like, the more mega project like things. So, like, it's not all that bad, the situation, but it can be made a lot better. This is something that has been done in Mumbai, and I think Mumbai can be a great example of development in this eco-sustainable route that needs to be followed. I know that there are some, like, some flyovers that has been done as such in Kolkata, but this is some level that is pretty amazing as such. Um, and this is something that needs to be done in pretty much every city in India. And Kolkata also needs to do this, because recent statistics has pointed out that Kolkata has lost 40% of its screen cover in the last 5 or 6 years. So, which is a very concerning stats. And also, Kolkata is right now. Kolkata is one of the most polluted cities in India right now. So Kolkata needs to get into the green path and uh, make some efforts in re-getting that green cover back. So yeah, those are some things that needs to be done. And also Kolkata's canals, like Kolkata has a lot of canals, and redevelopment of those needs to be done as well. Like those can be made into some, like, very um eco-friendly, very green regions. So yeah, that is something that can be done as well. There's a lot of opportunity of development in West Bengal. Like, there's no denying that. And the center and the state needs to work hand in hand in making West Bengal get back to its glorious past, the past that we Bengalis are so proud of. And also we Bengalis need to take a part in that. We need to have these, like, we need to tell uh, the government representative about our needs and about what infra we require, because, and also, like, as something that has been said quite a lot, is that this metro, like, if the people do not demand its the metro to be going on at a faster pace, demand is required in terms of development. So that is something that has to be done. So yeah, that's this session, and hopefully Bengal would have a very bright future. The debt situation though is pretty bad, and I don't know how Bengal will rebound from this. The situation is just getting even worse day by day. So something needs to be done regarding that. And the thing is, an effective economic situation is what is required. And, like, with all the welfare schemes and freebies, what happens is that the economic situation, especially when there is not much of a industrial situation going on in the city, in the state, there's not much there's not much output to compensate for that. It is a situation that is pretty bad, and what is happening in West Bengal right now. So industries are required a lot, and things like the port. Obviously, port is something that would be great because deep sea ports is something that is required quite a lot in this in the country. So that's something that is a development that is required, and logistics is something that India's expressway, the network of expressways and highways, is doing a great job in terms of that. West Bengal, with its the length and breadth, can be covered in quite a long distance. I mean, quite a long time that is than it should be. So an expressway network is required. West Bengal currently does not have any expressway apart from bypass expressway. So, like true expressways are not present in West Bengal, or for that matter, in the eastern part all that much. But West Bengal needs expressways. The Varanasi Kolkata Expressway is obviously going to be a great thing, and there would be some other expressways which are in the pipeline as well. There has been a plan of industrial corridors by the government, but I don't know how much of it would be seen in its actual form, or how much time it will require, because in West Bengal things take a lot of time, which is the main problem. Like right now, um, India is seeing some of the fastest road constructions, and yesterday I saw that there has been some, like in 3 months or so, bullet train viaducts has come up over some rivers. Obviously, those rivers are small rivers, and what has been done is that those were blocked during these dry seasons, and a road was done temporarily to help the construction. So yeah, that's something that has been done, but um, and obviously that's not something that can be done in these eastern regions, but still the pace shouldn't be as slow as it is right now. So the pace of work needs to be a lot faster than it is right now. That is one priority. The main priority is to develop what is already there. That's the thing. Like for a country which is struggling with its finances, that's the thing that you would do first before jumping into some new things. And there are some very unnecessary projects that the government of West Bengal is undertaking. Like it's completely unnecessary. And one of the things is the Digha uh, Jagannath temple, like basically copying Puri. Like I don't know what sense that makes. Like what's the need of doing such a thing? I have no idea. And it costs 100 crores. So like it's just 100 crores. Obviously, it's not going to be a waste because basically it is um, a form of temple tourism, and temple tourism is something that has always been a great thing and is definitely not going to be a thing which is bad as such. But currently, with the financial situation, is something that I don't think is a very necessary project. Um, and as such, West Bengal, the state does not collect taxes from its roads, the state highways. With the current situation, I think that they should actually take taxes, because taxes are one of the um, like best ways to get the money for these development, because the state highways, the situation isn't anything too great, and there is a dire need of expansion, and along quite a lot of regions there is a need of replacement of bridges. So these things can be done using that money. So yeah, that's the thing for this video. Hopefully the future is bright. We can only hope for that. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. This has not been a very good video, I understand, but yeah, there would be greater and better ones coming up soon, hopefully, or maybe not. I don't know. But thanks for watching.